What's good, everybody? Virtual Turf Talk. I'm your host, Darien,
I'm your co-host, Oliver.
and we have a good episode for you guys today. We supposed to have a little bit of a co-host on. Things fell through. We'll have to get them on for the next one. It's gonna be a big one. You guys are gonna enjoy it for sure. But today we kind of give you guys a quick little episode. You know what I'm saying? Talk about some updates in Madden, the MCS community, and Mud, of course. So, Oliver, the first one I want to start off with, a big thing in the franchise community, I think more so than the Mud one, the companion app, that Madden companion app was updated on the App Store. We were talking about a little bit in the chat.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I'm actually kind of happy that we got the companion app finally. It was very delayed in comparison to last year. We got that like day one. But if
Yeah.
you to play Mutt, you can go out and you can buy all these cards. You can build sets now. That was the new update. You can build set cards, you can auction cards, which are all things I don't think you were able to do last year. But
Yeah, it
even
wasn't.
even with franchise, I think they updated a few things, or at least I hope they did. I haven't even got it downloaded yet. I didn't even know it was out. But
I heard it
for all
did.
you commissioners out there, it's easy. You can do it right from your phone. So it's about time.
Yeah, definitely a good update. Last year it was cool last year. It ran decently well last year. This year, I heard some rumors that it was really bad. I haven't really been able to use it. I don't even have it downloaded right now, I think. But yeah,
Hmm.
like I heard the updates from Madden, you can do a lot more things with Mud, you know, selling, trading, auction, and all that type of thing. But like especially like with franchise, like I heard it was really delayed with like 7 weeks and that type of thing. So I'm glad that now it's definitely being taken care of. I know last year for me being a commissioner in TD's leagues, it was definitely very useful for me, and I used it a lot actually.
Light flex.
Yeah, he wasn't a commissioner. Stop.
I
Oh,
was for a few
no, you
days.
was not. No, you
For
was
a few
not.
days. I
Oliver, no, you
was.
was
Swear to God.
not. Oliver.
Swear to God.
All right. Yeah. So going to the next topic. Regs updates. Tyreek, the first 99 overall Dolphin in history. How
About
did you feel
time.
about him about
Was
him
it?
becoming a 99 overall?
It's
And
about
it
time,
was
man.
and it was after the Patriots game where he didn't perform as well. So how did you feel about him becoming a 99 and being the first 99 Dolphin in history?
While I think he deserved the 99 overall at the beginning of the year, I don't think he deserved it after that Patriots game because Christian Gonzalez had him on locks, 44 yards, three drops, and had that man in an absolute cage. That guy had absolutely nothing going on that whole game. So it's kind of like weird timing to give him the 99 after that game, but it was deserved. It should have been like 3 years ago. He should have gotten that.
Yeah, I think he should have gotten it as well. I'm pretty surprised that he's the first. Well, okay, not really because they haven't really been that good, but like I thought like there were some guys for them like Zach Thomas. I thought Zach Thomas would have been a 9 overall or like one of those older Dolphins players. But yeah, I mean I'm pretty surprised. Or like even Ndamukong Suh. I thought Ndamukong Suh would have been a 99
Oh
overall at
yeah,
one
no,
point.
that's actually a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, he was the best interior defensive lineman for a while in the league. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised that Tyreek's 99 overall though. Definitely deserved. The big game he put up against the Chargers was crazy. I think he had 214 yards, like two touchdowns, something like
215,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
215. Okay, 215. Yeah, like he had an amazing game. He definitely deserved it. Now, I wish they had put it out after the week 1 game and not necessarily the week 2 game because the week 2
Yeah.
game kind of did make him look a little bit iffy. Christian Gonzalez played really good defense on him, and he's a rookie. And I'm a big believer in if you're the best receiver in the game, or like as they say you are with Justin Jefferson, you can't get locked up by a rookie, even
Yeah,
if Christian
no.
Gonzalez is a generational talent.
When you have a future defensive player of the year guarding you, man, it's tough to get open and catch the ball. I get it. I get it, man. But he deserved it. This was a long time coming. Like he was a 98 for like how long? Like 3 years.
I
Three
think
years.
no, because yeah, he's not in for a little while now. He's been
Yeah, he
in
was a
for a little while
98
now.
overall. But like I don't get what the difference between a 98 and a 99 is. Like
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
it feels more disrespectful to give someone a 98 than just to keep the rating like low type shit.
I think like I think like Rex, he didn't get any added abilities at all, which
Nope.
is surprising to me. 'Cause I know like with Mahomes and like with um with Kelsey with JJ, they gave him all extra abilities. He only still has
Exactly.
three. They gave JJ four when he came into the game. I was expecting them to give him a new ability, but they didn't. They haven't given him one. Maybe it's not yet. I know we got the new ability update.
No.
I've heard rumors that it's just for superstar, but if it is for Rex, they might be adding some stuff like that for him,
Yeah.
like ability for me, like backyard receiver would be good for him, like playmaker. Wow, he can come
Oh
on
yeah,
down,
no,
down.
thousand
Good.
percent.
Yeah,
Thousand
that'd be a
percent.
good ability for him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he have like do you know his abilities off the top of your head? Do you know?
I, I know he has jukebox. He has short out elite, and I think I forgot the last one. It might be. I don't think it's grabbing though. But it might be
It's
always
grab
deep
and
in
no,
a.
it might be grab and go.
It
So
might is either grab and go or is like a deep ability. One of the two.
yeah, no, because I'm saying if he hasn't got like a deep route running ability, I
Should have
don't
been
get
that
who
one.
else would.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
kind of bullshit, but
Yeah. I mean, I want to say he has one, but off the top of my head, I don't think he does. Which is crazy if he doesn't.
I think it's more
Yeah.
lazy. I think it's probably them just being more lazy than it's him not deserving one. Because if you're 99 overall club, you want to like make it feel special. Like I want to play with someone who's 99 overall who feels like a 99 type
Yeah,
shit.
but even with that, like he's dangerous going deep. Like if
Oh
anybody should deserve it in the NFL, it should be Tyreek Hill for sure.
yeah,
So another update. A little bit controversial. A lot of people say he should have been a 99 overall too. Michael Parsons goes up to a 98. I was going to ask you about because down the grapevine, I was saying with the way he's been playing so far, if you're going to give Tyreek an ability, you have to give Michael Parsons 99 overall as well. How do
yeah.
you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't know if this is more like I'm not a casual. I watch the game a lot, but I don't
Yeah.
think Micah should be a 99 that quickly. I
Okay.
don't necessarily. It's like I don't know if even like Brady was a 99 at some like he was 99 at like a few points, but like is
Yeah.
Micah really a 99? Is he really the best player in the league? Like
Yeah.
type shit.
I mean, I think with like edge rusher, are they the best edge rusher? I mean, because then you're comparing them. Okay, is he better than
Nick
Aaron
Bosa,
Donald? Is
TJ
he better
Watt.
than Nick Bosa? Is he better? Is Nick Bosa? I don't think Nick Bosa is even a 99 overall. Actually,
No, he's not.
he's
No.
not. Yeah, I think Miles
Even
Garrett is one of
TJ
the people.
Watt, when he tied the sack record, he was a 98.
Yeah, I think the only two people right now that are even closest, Mike Parsons, Aaron Donald, and Miles Garrett that are all in the 98 and above club right now.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, I agree. I don't know. He's been balling out though. He's been looking to me like the best.
They've been playing poverty
Defensive
teams
pass
though.
rusher. Jets aren't poverty. Jets aren't well, okay with Aaron Rodgers. They are, but
Yeah.
I think with
Yeah.
Aaron, okay without Aaron Rodgers, but I think he still does. I think he still goes crazy on the Jets even with Aaron Rodgers playing. Personally, now do I think the game is as lopsided? No, but you can make the argument. You can make the serious argument. Yeah, I think yeah, I don't want to. I think it's a little too soon. But I think it's one of those things where like Tyreek has shown a body of work to be one of the best wide receivers in the league, if
Yeah.
not the best. Micah still has to show me a little bit. I think definitely right now. I think right now, if he can keep this defense playing at elite level, especially with Trevon Diggs just not going out, I definitely think he could be a 99 for sure.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Another one, man. Controversial as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a Steelers fan, so I can't really speak on it. I watched a little bit of Steelers games. I didn't watch the first game against the 49ers, but TJ Watt goes up to a 96 overall, which is crazy that he was even anything lower than that. I don't think he's had a
Yeah.
bad season yet to even go down. I think you said at one point he was a 98 overall. I don't see him anything less than 97. So I think he should be going up to the 98 overall with Michael Parsons as well.
Yeah. I feel like TJ Watt should probably always be in the 98 overall club. He's
Yeah.
not better. I mean, he's better than Miles Garrett, in my opinion. He's better than Micah, in my opinion. TJ Watt is currently tied for the most sacks in a season. He's also you put him on a different team. I feel like he got I don't, it's criminal to me that I don't think does he have a defensive player of the year?
I
DJ?
think he won it actually. I think he won it over Aaron Donald at 1 year. I'm not too sure, Orlando. I would definitely have
That
to
might be
check.
JJ. That might be JJ.
I know JJ has one, but I think TJ did end up getting one year.
But he's
No,
criminally
he hasn't got
underrated
one.
for
Oh, he got
how
one.
good he
He got
is.
one. He got one in 2021.
One, which is crazy. It should be
I
like two.
mean, let's be honest. Like, okay, let's be honest about this, right? TJ Watt's not better than Aaron Donald. He's not better than
No.
Miles Garrett to me. Yeah, no, you might be different. I don't think he's a better pure pass rusher than Miles Garrett. I think a lot of his sacks are cleanup sacks because they do have the best defensive line in football. Let's be honest. They have Cameron Hayward. They got some stuff. They got
Cameron
Alex
Hayward was
Highsmith.
injured against the Browns, and he went crazy though. That's the thing.
Yeah, like Cameron Hayward's a beast, one of the best interior linemen in the game. Alex Highsmith is shown to be really, really good on the other side. So a lot of times TJ Watt's not getting as many double teams as like a Miles Garrett or Aaron Donald who are really playing without
Oh
nobody.
no! Aaron Donald is the best edge rusher of all time, in my opinion. He has that shit. He has that shit at the lock. Name a better edge rusher off the top of your head. Name a better edge rusher.
Now that played in New York, when played for he was number 56
for
the New York Football Giants. Yeah.
No LT.
Yeah. The greatest defensive player of all time.
He was on cocaine though. He was on cocaine though.
So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So you're gonna say John Jones wasn't the greatest because he was on cocaine when he beat DC?
Basically. No, I'm playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Like I think. Okay. I do agree. I think they're the only two people in the category right now. Personally, for me, I think it is. Well, yeah, edge rushers. I think it is him and
And
Lawrence
Anthony.
Taylor and Donald. I think person that definitely would have been higher. I don't really want to go into a whole football discussion, but somebody that would have definitely been higher would have been Derek Thomas.
Oh yeah.
God rest his soul. He ended up dying pretty early in his prime. Arguably to me, I think Derek Thomas is the greatest pure pass rusher of all time. But that's a topic for
Derek
another day.
Thomas. That's the hot take alert. Fuck Jesus. That's a
Did
short.
you not? I think he was truthfully a better pass rusher than Lawrence Taylor. Let's be honest. And if he doesn't die in his prime, yes, I think he was.
What?
And let's not act like first of all the Giants didn't have a way better defense than the Chiefs did, and then on top of the fact that he played on the on the edge with basically essentially nobody. I
Yeah.
think his
No,
only
no, no.
his
I get
only
it, but I
weakness.
don't think he's the like when it comes to talent. I don't think he's the best, or I don't think he's top three. I don't, in my
I
opinion.
think the only thing you can say he's not good in is run defense, but like his pass rush is
I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, when it comes to these like new age people and like how good everyone is and like how good O line is, because back in the old NFL, I'm assuming right that they didn't have these like. I'm not saying it's a plumber era. I'm
really.
not saying it's a plumber era, but
You want me to start naming people off? Anthony Munoz, one of the greatest tackles of all time.
yeah.
You got Jonathan Ogden, one of the greatest tackles of all time. You got a bunch of great tackles all
No,
time.
no,
Let's
no,
not act
no.
like they don't.
But you know we can sit here and name good tackles
Let's
forever.
be honest. I can name some trash tackles in today era that are plumbers. Since you want to do that, I can name a bunch of teams that don't have good tackles.
We can do that, but fuck, I like TJ Watt. That's all I'm gonna say. I like him more
Oh,
than a
okay, I
lot.
like TJ too. I
I'm
like
just gonna
TJ
say
too.
I like him a lot more than other people.
Derrick Henry, who was once considered the best running back in the league, some people could argue he still is, went back up to a 95 overall. He was a 94 overall previously.
Went up,
Yeah, he
really?
went up to 95 overall, which I was surprised too. I thought he was like going to like a 96.
I
I didn't. I haven't really been watching much of the Titans game, but I'm pretty sure he probably played
I
really well against the
I
Chargers.
don't. He's been getting a lot of carries. He's been force fed the ball like he should be,
Well,
but
yeah.
for the amount of carries he's getting, I kind of want to see Derrick Henry in the buck range. Like he hasn't hit 100 yet in 2 games after, but he's had like 35 carries and he's barely over 100. Like one.
I think. Okay, so you're saying with all the carries he's getting, he should have over 100 yards easy
Yeah, I no in a game, like in a game,
in a game.
he hasn't
In
hit
a
that
game.
100.
I mean, he's also played against. Okay, I thought he would have had. I don't know if he had one against the Chargers. Do you know his stats off the top of your head? I know he didn't have one against the Saints at all.
No, I have him in fantasy. Last game he had 66, but he had
He
15
had
carries.
and I don't. I mean, I don't really understand how he went up, but like, I see what you're saying though. I mean, he's coming off of an injury. He hasn't really been healthy the last couple of
Like
years.
I want to
So
see when people go up. I want to see them have like 100 yard
yeah,
final. I want to see them
yeah,
throw people in the dirt, go for
yeah,
100. I want to see
yeah,
15 carry, 66 yard games where he's just like falling forward for like 4 yards. They give him the ball again, the ball again. Like
yeah. I felt that. Another guy that's gone back up. Especially he needed this last game after his first game. Josh Allen went up to a 94 overall.
down
Joe
to
Burrow actually lowered. I think he's now the second highest quarterback in the game besides Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow has went down. How do you? Uh, I think with Josh Allen with quarterbacks, it's harder to judge them. I
no,
think with Joe, I've been a little bit kind of soft on Joe simply because like he has been playing hurt. Josh for me that first game was unexcusable. He definitely did come back and have a way better game.
Josh
I
made
think
Joe in my head look like Troy Polamalu, so I don't want to speak on him anymore.
I think which is good. 'Cause I think if he did have a good first game against the Jets and a good game against the Raiders, I think he's easily a 96 overall by now.
Yeah,
I think he was smart to put him back where he's at. He had a bad game, but he bounced back with a good game. Put him
I'm not
back where
gonna
he's
lie. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to Josh Allen, I think he should be more in the 93 range ish because I don't like what. Where's Lamar at? Is Lamar an 89?
Lamar's 90.
He's a 90 club. Is Josh Allen 4 overalls better than Lamar Jackson? I, I don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it's a hot take.
I don't. Right now, he's definitely not. I think Lamar should be higher. I think Lamar should be
I
above
think
Burrow.
right. I think it might be just Lamar needs to be higher than Josh
Yeah.
Allen.
I'm not mad at him because he didn't go up too crazy. They just kind of put him back to where he was to start the year,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like 93 overall, 94 overall, they're kind of the same thing. I think he is in that range. I definitely don't think he's the second best quarterback in the league right now. I think you can. I think right now it's Tua, Patrick, and Lamar. I think Lamar definitely is very extremely underrated. I think he's a shooting upgrade. Wait, who?
I love Tua,
Who?
but I don't think he's like. I think he's having good games. I don't think he's the best.
I think he's in a conversation to
Yeah.
be
Oh
one of the
no, no,
best.
1,000%. No, I'm not that
But
drunk.
like,
Not that
I'm
drunk.
not trying to put him up on a pedestal. It's just a lot of the other quarterbacks have been playing really bad. Like Jalen Hurts, Joe, of course he's hurt, but
Does
like
Jalen look bad, or are they like?
Jalen looks bad, bro. Like, let's be honest. If it's not, if it
Is
wasn't for
he?
the run
Is
game,
is he
if it wasn't,
bad, or is it just they're playing good defense type shit?
if it wasn't, no, because the Vikings defense is terrible. If it wasn't for the Vikings just being simply terrible against the run, I think they lose that game because Jalen Hurts played that
Oh yeah,
terrible.
no. To be
Uh,
fair, they were rushing three. That was some Madden shit. They were rushing three people that
yeah,
whole
but
game.
even when they were plowing the box, they still couldn't stop the run. Like they just couldn't do nothing with the Eagles, the offensive line. Let's be honest.
I
Yeah,
guess.
like, but even with me, like the Vikings, we saw Baker Mayfield look great against the Vikings passing football, and Jalen Hurts looked pretty pedestrian. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah, I get
And then
it.
I mean, Kirk put some empty stats, of course. Justin
Doesn't
Herbert's gonna put up stats. He just I don't know. He's weird with me.
he
Yeah.
hasn't
So
got a pick yet. No picks yet.
he hasn't thrown a pick yet, but
What
he
is he
should
like?
have
Five
won.
touchdowns, zero picks,
He
something like
should have
that.
won both of those games. He should have won both of those games. He's giving me very much
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins vibes right
thousand
now.
percent, thousand
They give
percent.
me very much Kirk Cousins vibes. They put up the stat sheet look great, but
You
it's
just
not producing wins.
compared Justin Herbert to fucking
I said
Kirk
he's
Cousins.
giving me. I said he's giving me Kirk Cousins vibes. I never said he's as good as Kirk Cousins. I said right now because like Justin Herbert and Kirk Cousins, they both put up great stats, but their team loses. Is that not? Am I wrong in saying that?
I mean, sure, but let's compare him to someone a little better than Kirk Cousins. Like they
Who
both
else is
put
that doing
numbers.
it to? If Jalen Hurts plays great, the Eagles blow people out. If Patrick Mahomes plays great, the Chiefs blow people out. If Josh Allen plays great, we just saw what they did to the Raiders.
Yeah,
That's the only person I can maybe compare him to. You can Josh, Jared Goff. Is that better?
Jared Goff.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying. But if the top quarterbacks play great, their team wins. Justin Herbert plays great, and his team
I love
loses.
Jared Goff, but they're not.
I'm not trying to disrespect Justin Herbert, but what I'm saying is like it's reminding me he's putting up these great games and they're losing games. I'm not saying he's as good as Kirk Cousins or he's as good as Jared Goff. But I'm saying the performance he's putting up is reminding me of them.
No, I got you. I get you. But I feel
Yeah,
like it's more the defense. I think it's more the defense than the offense because they have the best offense in history right now. I think, but also the worst defense in the league.
well, that's
Right now.
because like okay, you can make the argument for that, but I think a lot of these games they're up, and you have to find a way as a QB. If you see your defense is struggling, kind of
Yeah,
help them out a little bit.
I think he
Hit
should
the
have subbed
clock.
himself at cornerback and played that himself.
Nah, that's crazy. But what I was saying was like, help your defense out, hit the clock, run the ball a little bit. You see, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they
Is
saw
that
the
on him
Eagles.
that
Yes, it's on.
he doesn't run the
Here's
ball?
why. Here's why. Here's why.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
'Cause if you're that quarterback, first off, he needs to be controlling the offense anyway. Because it's not like Brandon Staley's doing it. And like if he's a top quarterback, ultimately they want to make him happy. If he says, "Hey, we need to be running the ball right now," they're going to say, "Okay, Justin, we can do that for you."
Okay, I see that.
Because like prime example, the Eagles defense was looking very teeter against the Vikings. What the fuck did they start doing? Running the fucking football
I got you.
into the game. Yeah.
I
So
got
I
you.
mean, I feel what you're saying. Justin Herbert's an immense talent. He's up there with Josh Allen for me as the most talented QBs. Patrick Mahomes as well as the most talented QBs in the league right now, easily. Right. But like he for me, one, he doesn't like that killer will. One, two, the defense is terrible. I do agree with you on that. Two, three, I think again he's putting up a lot of stat lines in games where they're losing games.
Yeah, I get that.
Let's get into mud updates.
Yes, sir.
Gridirons just dropped. The Isaiah Simmons card that everybody's talking crazy about. Strong safety, 89 overall. And then you have the AJ Brown, 89 overall. I don't know if you had a chance to use these cards yet, but
Yeah, no, I've got gameplay on both, but
you have game. Okay, so how do you feel about both cards? Is AJ Brown making your lineup considering the fact of all the
oh
other wide
no, no,
receivers
no,
that are
no,
dropping?
no, no. He got sold immediately. No,
He
no.
did.
No,
Okay.
no, he's not making. He's got 84 route running, and he's the highest overall card in the game. Like he's got some of the worst route running stats. I don't know how he's an 89 overall. He's
I
really,
mean,
really bad.
is
Like
he
if you guys,
faster than is he faster than other wide receivers?
no, he's like the fifth best wide receiver in the game, like stat wise.
I'm talking about faster. Is he faster than the other guys?
No, he's not faster. He's like
Wow.
87.
Okay.
He's like
Okay.
87.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy.
He's like tied with like he's like the same speed as like an 86. Like he's got the speed of like some 86 overall cards. And he's an 89.
Yeah, I don't understand how he's an 89. Yeah, yeah. But what about the Isaiah Simmons? I know the Isaiah Simmons.
Isaiah
He's always
Simmons
valuable.
is the best card
He's
in the
always
game
valuable.
right now.
Yeah,
1,000%.
6'4". Strong safety.
1,000%. 6'4", almost as fast as Tyreek Hill. Pick artist, lurker, the whole thing.
Oh, he
He has
gets
the
pick
whole
artists
thing.
already.
Yep, no, he's got all that.
That's crazy that early on in the year they're giving you 6'4" users with that type of ability bucket. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, it's actually like a really, really good card. I personally haven't gotten a gameplay on Isaiah Simmons, but Ern has used him, Taylor's used him as well,
Mm,
and everybody's said he's really good. I've seen people on Twitter, I've seen Xerxes say that he moves like super quickly side to side, like
mm,
the change of direction is really good. But
mm.
even I don't know, there's only so much I can say for a user. Like he's super fast, super tall, gets all the good abilities, and jumps out the gym as well. So really
Yeah,
good.
definitely the best defensive, at bare minimum, the best defensive player in the game,
Oh
easily.
yeah,
On what
1,000%.
right now for sure. Team of the week just dropped. One card I wanted to spotlight, because in fact we were just talking about AJ Brown. Mike Evans drops 88 overall wide receiver. I had a question. I had two questions. One, how did you feel about him? Two, do you think they're doing a good job of dropping bigger wide receivers to counteract the big DB that they're dropping?
See, it's not even that they're dropping all these big DBs because uh, I can name like a handful of really tall DBs. Right now, the best cornerback is you have him on the list here. What's his name? He's a random. He's a random. I go like, what's his name?
Trey Brown.
Yep. Yep, yep,
Trey
yep,
Brown.
yep. Trey Brown. Yeah. He is 89 speed and he's like one speed below Tyreek Hill, but he's like 5'10". He's like
Yeah.
5'10". And you look at they just dropped Troy Polamalu as well.
Mm.
He's 5'10". Uh everyone like Richard Sherman is really bad. He's got like 79 man coverage and but he's like 6'2". He's like 6'2"
Mm.
though. But
He's 6'3", I
like
think,
you
actually.
get these tall DBs and they've got like really low zone coverage, but you get all these
Mm.
short DBs, but they've got really good like stats. So it's
So
a
do you think like use kind of depends on like the way you want to play? Like I know if you play like a zone, like Rich Sherman's very valuable because he can get up and jump up high for picks and stuff. But like in the man coverage, he's gonna get toasted.
Oh yeah, no. To be fair, Sherman, in my personal experience, gets toasted no matter what assignment he's in.
Mm.
That's why I put him at safety a lot, and I've heard a lot of like Duppy puts him at safety. A lot of people do,
Mm.
just because of that.
Okay.
They all use the Seahawks team, so you kind of got to keep him on the team, regardless of how bad he is.
Yep.
But you put him in zone coverage, he gets cooked.
Yeah.
You put him in man, he gets torched. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of pick your poison with him, but he's really good. He's just tall.
Yeah.
He's like the best worst card in the game. The best worst.
The best worst. Okay, that makes sense. Um, Mike Evans. Yeah, we talked about Mike Evans. I asked you how did he play for you. I don't know if you used me yet.
I did. I used him for a couple of games, and I'm not gonna lie. This has always been like the thing with me, but I could. He plays the same as Calvin Johnson, like that Calvin Johnson gameplay I put out earlier. He plays the exact same. They're the
Mm.
same card basically, except Calvin's a little paused, but he's a little thicker. He's got like his build is a little bigger. He's got the thick ass shoulder pads.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like this is like just like a me hot take kind of thing is that the bigger body wide receivers, like the thicker ones, they're better at boxing out, like on out
Hmm.
catches. They're better at
Yeah.
boxing. Well, you can get like these tall wide receivers, but they get kind of bodied, and the short DBs can like jump up and pick it. So I
Yeah. So
think
you.
Calvin's better than Mike Evans, but Mike Evans plays the exact same.
So okay. So right now, with all the wide receiver dropping, what is your starting lineup looking like for wide
Oh, my
receiver
lineup right
concerned?
now?
Your wide receiver lineup right now. Who's starting for
I
you?
have right now I'm still running 88 Juju at my slot because he gets slot
Okay.
apprentice, but I've also got a
Okay.
Patriots team, so he gets that +1. And right
Mm.
now, this is my kind of standout surprise. I've got a 81 overall Tyquan Thornton starting at my wide receiver one. He's wide receiver one right now. He
Yeah.
is 87 speed, but on Patriots team he's 88, so he's one speed below. No. He's one speed faster than Mike Evans, and he's 6'2", and he's the same speed as Calvin, but he's a little shorter. But he's like 2 speed shorter than Tyreek, but he's got like 6 inches on him. Pause again.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So yeah, that's interesting because like we talked about like how good big wide receivers are in this game, and like it's kind of interesting to see that like a Mike Evans. I thought you're definitely consisted of like a Mike Evans, Calvin Johnson, and maybe a Juju, all big wide receivers. Yeah, that's it makes sense though because again like it's you talked about how big cornerbacks are getting toasted, but you still do want bigger cornerbacks to
Oh
counteract
yeah,
these
no.
big
All
receivers
corners
for
are getting
sure.
cooked in this game regardless. It's just you want the
Okay.
ones that play better for you. And Sherman plays like garbage for me.
The best two quarterbacks that just dropped recently, Terry Bradshaw and Mike Vick. I know everybody's been talking about that Mike Vick. He's probably used on most people's teams right about now.
Yep.
Especially if you're running like an Eagles team or like a Falcon team, those type of teams. He's great on.
If you're
Uh,
running anyone besides him, I think you have a problem.
yeah. So how do you feel? Have you watched gameplay on the Terry Bradshaw at all? Actually,
I used Terry Bradshaw for a little bit. I didn't necessarily get any gameplay because he was kind of ass. Or I was playing ass. And no, to be fair, it's more of a me skill issue. Like I went out and I was in my playoffs and I had Terry Bradshaw and I had been using Vic in the ladder tournament. So
mm,
I had Gunslinger, he was left-handed, you know. But then I switch over to this right-handed quarterback
mm,
who, you know, doesn't have Slinger.
yeah,
Unfortunately, he doesn't have Slinger.
yeah.
So when I was using him, he did not play as well for me, but I guarantee you, if I gave him another 2 games, he would have played amazing because he gets traditional 2, which is the fastest release in the game, everyone says right now. But he doesn't get Slinger. That's the unfortunate part.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like everybody using Michael Vick. Mobile can do everything essentially. I think the only problem with him is he's just a little short. But right now, like
That
when
it? He's short.
I mean,
I thought it
you
said he's
know,
left-handed was the problem. I thought that you'd be weird.
okay, yeah, left-handed is a problem, but like when you're left-handed and short, like Ken Stabers very used because
Mm,
he's a taller quarterback, even though he's left-handed.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he also gets the slinger release as well. Charles Wilson drops. He and the cornerback you were talking about, Trey Brown, the arguably the best corner in the game. Are you using Charles Woodson right now?
I'm planning on picking up Charles Woodson. He's definitely going to be going onto the team. Charles Woodson cards always play amazing for me. You can play him up top. You can play him in the box. You
Yeah,
can play him like not in the box. Sorry, you can play him at
yeah,
like the middle to play those curl flats, but you can also put him in the hard flats.
yeah.
And as a returner, he's amazing. In my opinion, he's better than prime time when you put him in
Okay.
the returner spot because he's super agile and tall. Pause. Oh my god, I sound like I'm fiending. Anyways, but I am fiending. He's probably going to be really good for me.
Yeah,
The man coverage is high, zone coverage is really high, super tall
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
He's got a very good in-game frame,
yeah.
and he's got like that Charles Woodson like in-game kind of like you use FIFA and you get the Mbappes, you get the Neymars, they're going to play better than everyone else, regardless of their
Yeah,
stats.
yeah.
And Charles Woodson, regardless of his stats, he's going to go up and he's going to the ball and he's going to go score touchdowns on defense, man.
Charles Wilson typically is always really good. And I know when I had him a couple of months back in Mud 20, he was always really good. But even since then I've seen a lot of people use him on their teams. He's always really, really, really good. Big frame, plays the ball really well, plays man coverage really well as well. Do you think he overtakes Trey Brown as the best corner in the game?
Yeah, no, I think he's undoubtedly CB1 in my opinion.
Okay.
1,000%. He's Trey Brown, but maybe 1 speed slower, but he's got like 5 inches. So I
Yeah.
think he's a little
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, we're gonna get into some MCS tourney updates. The last day to register was today and did close. Did you compete at all in the most favorite challenge?
I did
You're a
actually. I
qualifier?
Me and Ern ended up with the same record.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's either a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I went about 500. I won exactly half my games. I think I maybe ended with 1 game over. I
Okay.
finished I stopped playing the first day. I played the first day and I stopped playing afterwards, but I did qualify. I was top 500, 550 when I stopped playing, but
Yeah.
I almost threw my controller at the wall like 10 times just because I lost to so many bums. So many.
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of people been losing to bombs this tournament for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. Yeah. So with the most favorite challenge and all that stuff, the power rankings have come out talking about MCS. Henry's number one, of course. Dez is two. Drini is three. K Max surprisingly is five, and W's eight, and Noah's nine. Do you have a problem with these rankings, or any of these surprising to you at all?
I love W. W is my favorite, but I don't think he deserved to jump up 41 spots. I think that was a bit much. I think that's more of like a creator bias thing. Same thing with K Mac. I think they put the content creators a little higher than they should be.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I don't think K Mac is a top 5 Madden player in the world. In my
Yeah, that
personal
was
opinion,
crazy. That was a little crazy. I'm happy for him because he's putting on for the content creators, especially for our
Mm.
boy TDs and those type of guys, the MGs of the world. Like he's putting on for them, but definitely to call him the number five ranked guy is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of weird though to see like Henry at one and Noah at nine because like people don't even remember this, but Noah was supposed to be what Henry is right now. He racked up a whole bunch of belts, and
Yeah.
then kind of he faced Henry, ran into a juggernaut, and of course now with the insurgence of Dez and Journey seems to be making a comeback, and W, those guys like it seems like Noah's kind of gotten left out of the mix a little bit. Do you feel that way?
Hmm?
Do you feel like Noah's gotten kind of left out of the mix a little bit more now that
Yeah, I do think Noah's kind of more. I don't want to say the word underrated, but I think that with Madden power rankings, it's kind of hard to gauge where everyone's going to be because it's Madden's basically a 50-50, right? You
Yeah,
flip a coin and somebody wins, right? It kind of when it comes to the top 10 players, they're all kind of the same skill level. Like if a guy is one spot higher than the other, it's kind of the same, right?
yeah,
I don't think it's a big deal. But obviously, I hope he takes it personally. I hope he does well. I really hope he does well. That'd be sick.
yeah. That would be sick, definitely. Yeah, because like it wasn't even like I think it was Madden 21. Madden 22. I think he was in the Ultimate Kickoff final with Henry when he lost. Yeah. So Noah's definitely underrated. I think. Do you think? And I was kind of thinking this a little bit because he kind of runs the ball a lot more than every other player, and
Hmm.
he just plays defense and runs the ball. Do you think if he passed more, that he wouldn't be as underrated as he is right now?
See, when I don't know, I don't
I
know,
think
man.
like I think we're talking about Henry. Henry runs the ball too, but like Henry's winning, so you can't really deny him.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
when Noah was winning, you couldn't deny him because he's obviously the best. But now that he's not winning and he is losing more, like now he's going under the radar a little bit more.
Yeah,
'Cause, like
obviously
he's
he's
not.
a top 10 player, so he should probably stick to what he's doing. But maybe he
Mm,
should flip it up a little bit.
yeah,
Change is the best medicine. So maybe try new formation or something. I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of crazy because I remember not too long ago it was Drini versus Noah, and
Yeah.
he was he was the Man 20 Man Classic. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy to see like how Henry's kind of moved forward and Noah's kind of I don't want to say moved backwards, but he's definitely like underperformed these last couple Maddens. Yeah, because he was supposed to be the number one guy because I
Yeah.
think he racked off three straight belts, and people were doing kind of like how they're doing now with Henry, where they're comparing him to the goats, and now
Mm.
he's number nine, and he hasn't really. I don't think because he definitely wasn't in this last live event. You really aren't hearing about him in the competitive scene at all, like recently.
No, I think people maybe are writing him off a little bit more than they should. I feel like he'll give anybody in that tournament a good game. I think
Mm.
all the guys in there are going to give most people a good game, obviously, but I feel like he should probably be getting a little more credit than he's getting right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, being ranked a top 10 player at anything is an accomplishment, but hopefully he does well and he moves up the rankings a little bit because they
Hopefully he
deserve it.
does. Hopefully he does. Hopefully before the end of the year, especially with them adding like tournaments and competitive events that he can make a run. You know,
Mhm.
get back to that Noah that we all know and love. Because like even against Harry, like I think he ran out of timeouts in the last year in the ultimate kickoff. He ran out of timeouts, and I think he got tapped from like the one with no timeouts left. But he was jobbing to win the game against who we now consider as the GOAT.
Yeah,
So so you definitely want to write him off.
no, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of get into a little bit of franchise. TD's been doing his thing. We all are praying for him. We all know he's going through a lot. We talked about a little bit on the last episode. How do you feel? Where do you feel franchise is at right now? Especially like if we're talking about it's kind of been a little dead. They really haven't fixed anything. They made a couple updates. I don't know if you've seen any fixes. I haven't really seen any fixes to the things we were
No.
talking about. Like I know the draft bug was a big thing for a while. It
What was
still
it?
is. I think.
What's the draft bug? I didn't hear about
I
that.
think it's the draft bug where like I don't want. I don't know really exactly what it was. I kind of got to look it up a little bit, but like it was a draft bug where I think like if you inserted a certain class or something like that, like the game kind of bugged out during the draft. I know
Jesus.
like I know like I think I saw in the chat where like a lot of the guys were saying hey like they couldn't pick and stuff like that during the draft. You haven't done a draft? I know you're
I
in.
actually. I haven't hopped in a fantasy draft. Obviously, TD is doing whatever, but
Mm.
yeah.
I was talking about the draft class bug.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no, no. The draft. No, I did a draft. I did in this year's in TD's Patriots League, we did the draft and I participated, but I didn't experience anything. They must have fixed it when I was doing it.
Let me read it because they said it's gonna be coming in the next title update where job classes currently have a glitch where all players on the roster use the same player model. That's what it was. That's what
Yeah,
they kept
yeah,
sending
yeah,
that to
yeah.
the chat.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, they were saying chat like, oh man, my defensive lineman has the same model as like a wide receiver.
Yeah, I get it. My QB Michael Penix Jr. He had a D line like or something. He had the same build. He was a white guy, but he's black in real life, and he had this
Yeah,
helmet on, and the helmet came up to like here, like the
that's
helmet was
crazy.
covering his eyes.
That's
It was like
crazy.
way too big for him.
Yeah, I think like with things like that, with franchise already being as bugged as it was last year, that you definitely shouldn't be seeing things like that now.
No, no.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be seeing things like that now. I think it's definitely good that they're fixing it in the next title update. We was talking a little bit as well about we talked about the new abilities on the last episode, how like they could only be for superstar mode. Do you think that pushes superstar mode in the forefront? Do you think it makes superstar mode more playable? Because I haven't really heard of most people playing it. Like, do you think like they're doing better with it than they did with the yard? Because with the yard was supposed to be good one year and then it kind of got dead after. Do you think they're doing a good job of like trying to add things to the mode?
Yeah, I was actually playing Superstar. Funnily enough, yesterday I had my friend who just got his Xbox and he downloaded Madden and we loaded up some Superstar KO.
Yeah.
And uh, I was actually very surprised to see that the X Factors and everything they didn't have abilities.
Oh,
Funnily
it
enough,
didn't.
it didn't. It was just the X Factors. Like they didn't come with any abilities whatsoever.
Wow, that's cool.
So I think it might be for. Is it cool because they didn't have any abilities? It was just X Factors.
I don't know because it might have just been really the cards you were getting. I don't see a reason why they would have taken them out specifically. I know like when they were adding like crazy players like Giannis, they were adding crazy players. Like it was kind of getting a little
Yeah,
like
Cal.
broken. Yeah, that type of thing. It was getting a little broke. But like I don't know. I don't think they took them away at all for any reason. But if they did though, that'd definitely be a big improvement for them adding abilities back and like trying to tune them and
It's an improvement, but like again, I said this last time. I don't want to like give them a pat on the back for stuff that should have been in the game already. Like, why would you remove them? Like, what? It takes more effort to remove something than to put it where it was last time. So why not just leave it, man? Like, I don't get it.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they probably only removed it simply because they were considering this add new abilities to the game mode and they wanted to like. I don't think you. I don't. I'm with you. I don't think they should have removed it until they knew for a fact that this new abilities were going to work and they were actually going to what I'm saying do their
Yeah,
jobs. But like, I mean, I'm not too mad simply because like it's a good thing that they're dedicating abilities to it, like the backyard thing. That's why when AJ in the chat said it, like I was okay. That kind of makes sense because you got backyard QB, backyard running back. The only
yeah.
one that kind of didn't make sense to me was the omniscient or the linchpin. Like I didn't see the reason for linchpin to be in superstar mode because I don't think linemen even got abilities ever in superstar KO anyways.
No, you can't draft like a lineman in Superstar KO.
Yeah,
You've
that's
never
what
been
I'm
able to.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking is probably for regs. But like, yeah, if they are simply doing it for superstar mode, though, definitely will increase the mode. Probably have more people playing it, like the casual players, not necessarily the competitive players.
No, if I say a competitive player in Superstar KO, that'll blow
Yeah,
my mind.
yeah, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna laugh
Exactly.
at you. Yeah, but yeah. So we talked a little bit about the challenge this weekend. So you said you did. What was your record exactly?
500, just won the same amount of games as I lost.
You want to say money games you lost? Okay. So like when you were playing, I didn't specifically participate. Who did you see? Like, did they show you guys the top of the rankings, the top of the leaderboards?
Well, I was like fighting for the 500th spot. I was at the bottom. Like, well, to be fair, out of like 9,000 people that participated, I was top 500. So I
That's
don't
not
think
bad actually.
that's not that bad. I don't think
I'm
that's
proud
bad.
of you. Proud of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
because we was talking about like Dez and Henry and those guys making a run
Yeah.
back, which is why I was asking you about did they show the top of the leaderboards at all? Because see how those guys are doing. Kind of give a little bit of an update.
Mm. I did. Sorry, what was the question? I actually missed the question. What was it?
Because like we're talking about like the top of the leaderboards, who were at the top.
Who's at the top?
Yeah, who's at the top of the like like the rankings of the seeds, the type of thing, that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I could look. We should look like really quickly because
Yeah.
there were a lot of people that necessarily weren't there before. Like Taylor is top what 100
Oh, he
something.
is.
He's
I
like
mean,
134.
I watched the stream and he was playing really good. Like he lost to some guys that he obviously
To be
shouldn't have
fair,
lost
he
to, but
was
he was
playing a lot of
playing.
bums. I ain't gonna lie. He was
Yeah,
playing
he
a few
was.
bums. They weren't
Yeah,
very
I
good.
mean, you can't really control who they give you.
No, no, no.
All
It's
you can
not
do is
his
go out
fault.
there and win. And let's be honest, like he lost to some bums too that he shouldn't have lost to. So
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
I think it
100.
kind of went back and forth. Like they talked about who was this? There was a certain guy that they had ranked one, and they even put on the website. Lambo, no mercy, Lambo.
No
He
clue
was
who that is, bro.
I said he's a sleeper. Apparently the number two ranked on ladders. He's 16-2. His MCS power ranking is number 25, which is crazy. I don't know if he was ranked before then. I've never heard of this guy.
Going from 25 to 2 is quite the improvement, bro. That is
No,
actually
because so on the leader rank on the ladder, my bad, the ladder rank he was number two, but on the MCS power ranking in general he's number 25.
Okay. So they're
Yeah,
saying what this is kind of like fluky, like he's still gonna get like around 25.
no, because of course he's not better than any of the guys. Like I don't know if you knew the power rankings by heart, but I don't even know if this guy was even ranked before this
I don't.
event.
I've never heard of that name before.
Yeah,
Never.
that's what I'm saying. I've never heard of him either. So that was like that's crazy how like he kind of moved up that high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy because I don't know like if you were rated very lowly, like very
Mhm.
low last
Yeah,
tournament, what did you
yeah.
do this year to kind of like improve? I mean like this thing. You know, like what did you like is he glitching? Is he using like a glitch or something or
What you mean
what's
by
going on?
like improve?
Because like okay, if you played like shit in the first one and you were a top 50 player, right? But then you go all the way to up to number 2, like
I mean,
what? Like
lab. Do more labbing, do more. Playing against better players, that type of thing. You can. There's multiple ways you can improve. Play more.
yeah, but and it's not even that it's like a suspicious amount of like improvement, but it's like it's a crazy amount to go from 40 whatever, like from that area, like 25 to 40, all the way up to number 2. Like it's quite the improvement. I just genuinely want to know like what he is running right now and see if it's changed from like what he was doing before type shit.
But definitely have to see it because he actually number one. This is from I'm reading his Twitter profile right now. So he's number one, the number one college player in the world. He was a level next M23 champion, so he's not terrible. And he's EA ranked 25 ranked Madden player, and he's with Ravens game. So he's not a complete scrub. He's not a complete nobody.
No, no, no,
He's
no. He's
been
not a
he's
scrub,
been
of
doing his
course.
thing.
Yeah,
He's been doing his thing.
and of course, like I genuinely hope he gets his name out there. Like I'm tired of seeing all these same fucking name bozos, bro. I'm like, let me get a no name guy out there. Let me get somebody who's like unheard of, right?
From what I'm seeing, it seems to me like John Beats is third. Luke plays Lax. I think that's D Croft. Luke plays Lax.
Yeah,
That
I
is
think
D
so.
Croft. Yeah, and button spam. I don't know. I've heard of spamming buttons.
That genuinely
He's
sounds
six.
familiar though.
He's six. I think if you watched some of like K Max leagues last year, he was in some of the franchises, of course.
Oh,
And if you
was it that
watched
maybe?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if you watched I watched a little bit of I don't want to say Skimbo. The guy that we were all talking about who we wanted to be on commentary. Clef.
Ooh.
Clef. If you watched Clef's franchise last year, he was in a lot of Clef's franchises as well with the pros.
Oh, okay, I didn't watch much of Cleft's franchises, but if he's like really good, I'm kind of glad that he's been a part of these like creator leagues.
Yeah, because like I don't see I don't see Dez. I don't really see Henry, but they also all could be playing on different gamer tags. But if they aren't up here, that's kind of crazy. Like, because those are the guys that just won the last event. And if they're not ranked high, I mean, of course, like they're still scary seeds in general, but like to see them not ranked high in this one, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. With these bro, honestly, like that's what I think we were saying that before. I was it was we were talking something about like these lower name guys maybe making the bigger jump because I'm telling like they see what these like pro players are running and maybe like adjusting a little bit more to what the comp is and what the meta is and
Yeah.
maybe seeing a jump of these like lower level guys.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I think it does way better for the competitive ranks. It definitely, gives people more hope that they can compete on this level. You know, like that's one thing I feel like I wish 2K did more, that they gave regular players an opportunity to compete in a tournament type thing, like a MUT, with
Yeah.
NBA 2K Ultimate Team. But it would give them a chance to kind of like get their names out there, and it probably would bring more eyes, and it probably wouldn't allow 2K to die as quick as it does. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Madden. Okay, I don't want to say it doesn't die after the MCS, but it definitely does like give people more reason to play the game. to kind of keep themselves not getting
Yeah,
rusty. 'Cause most time after the MCS, they go into these competitive franchises.
exactly.
Yeah,
These after the MCS ends, you've got like franchise gets really big after the
yeah, it does.
MCS usually does. And yeah, and then it starts to die off slowly after the Madden franchise get worn out a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of the cycle. You got MUT, MCS, and then MCS carries us all the way into franchise, and then that's kind of where the teetering kind of falls off.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Like I think, I think like with because like I don't want to speak too much, but like I feel like after MCS, it definitely does kind of die a little bit. But like franchise does a good job of like keeping players because you can kind of replicate a little bit with MCS. Of course, like you can't everybody's
Yeah,
not 99 overall, but like you can the ability shops, those type of things that kind of keep players intrigued of playing the game a little bit.
yeah, I get that. That's
Yeah.
I used to participate in those, but I would never drop any money in them because
Yeah, people be dropping crazy amounts of money. Like, you
yeah,
know, like as much as we shit on Madden, at least they're doing better than 2K with that type of thing. Like, you know, giving lower level players reasons to continue to play the game even after, you know, those big live tournaments.
yeah. I think this is just like a random thing for Brett. I think we should probably talk about that maybe. But with him, like he used to do competitive stuff, right? He had like the road
Hmm.
to number one player, kind of like how he's doing with his golf right now. But I
Yeah,
think he could do a lot if Brett maybe got into the competitive scene a little bit. Like I know
would.
he's going through stuff right now and he's missed the most feared tournament, but
Yeah.
hey, if Brett wants to slide into my DMs, I'll open some packs for him. We'll get him a team going, man, and he'll get
No,
some views.
for
I'll
real.
tell you,
No, for real. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a majority of guys asked to do, you know, team for Brett. He would easily pay him. I mean, of course, we all would love to see Brett competing again. Last time we did see him compete, I think he competed in Madden 23, but like on a high level, like it brought a lot of like change to MCS because YouTubers weren't really competing up to that point. So
Yeah,
like, there's a guy like a K Mac. Of course, we can't really say W because W competed and won belts, but like a guy like a K Mac or like those the other YouTubers that are competing, like, do they start? Do they start if not for Brett?
no, I don't necessarily think they do. I think Brett is like a whole different kind of like not monster. Oh my god, this is so meat writing. But
God,
like
you're
Brett's a
glazing.
different
God,
monster.
you're glazing. God, you're glazing.
Yeah, the glazing. But like Brett's got a way bigger sub count than any of them. He's kind of like,
Mm,
like he kind of like opens the gates for these
mm.
content creators because even before that, I don't think you were hearing of these content creator guys playing. But then you got Brett coming in, and then funnily enough, a lot of came back actually started doing it. And W started doing
Mm.
it,
I
but
think
I don't know
Thrones.
if it. Do you think it's more of content creators playing, or do you think it's more pro players starting to make content?
I think it's a mixture of both because you definitely do see like examples like TD and K-Mac that didn't compete beforehand, but then you start seeing guys like Henry. I don't know if Dez done one, but I know like Henry, W, those type of guys are creating YouTube channels. Clef is creating YouTube channels. I think when it comes down to it, I think the good thing that they're understanding is that the competitive team is evolving. New kids are coming up. The game is changing. You know, you at the end of the day, you have to still find ways to feed your family. And if you don't want to get 9 to 5, the best thing besides competing in the MCS is YouTube.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
because you're to me that's what we're doing. We're not competing. What do you mean? That's what
No,
we're
no, no.
doing.
We're making the YouTube.
Oh, of course we're making YouTube, but it's different for us because we haven't competed. Like this is our only way. Those guys, they spent all those years making thousands of dollars doing MUT tournaments, and now
Yeah,
they're trying to
yeah,
get into the YouTube scene. Yeah, but yeah, like honestly, it's something smart. I think it's something I would even do if I was competing. And you know, like of course we know like W just not making a comeback, but a lot of these content creators that are turning to YouTube, they're not really competing anymore. Like I know Problem became a YouTuber, and we haven't seen him competing in years.
yeah. I mean, hey, when you've got nothing else to prove, right? Like when you're like a really good like competitive Madden player, why not just do content? Like
Why
if you
not?
can be entertaining, you've got the skills for it, so why not?
Yeah, if you can be entertaining, you got the skill for it, you should definitely do it. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you though. Like, Brett is definitely for me one of the godfathers of of YouTube man for sure. Not even trying to glaze, but he is, and he definitely like the innovator. Besides, I mean, I don't want to say Throne simply because Throne competed as well before he started YouTube, but like I could definitely say TD's like the guy that made that a thing for content creators first content creators first to go into the MCS
Yeah.
scene.
That's
Yeah,
good that you brought up Throne. I really do. Throne is such a good YouTuber.
that was
I
funny.
wish he'd upload.
If he posted more, man, he would be a big channel by now. When he posts consistently, he's cracking easy views, man. But he just doesn't
Yeah,
post
he's always
consistently.
fucking smoking, bro. The kid's always high for no reason.
Oh, yeah, he's starting to become that type of guy. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can throw. We can basically suck off TD all day apparently. But like that was the last topic. Want to thank you guys for watching the episode. Subscribe, like if you're new. You know, my boy Oliver. Again, I'm probably gonna do this after every episode, but thank you for doing this with me. You know what I'm saying?
I love doing this with you, man.
Thanks for giving me a little bit of your time. We definitely tried to get this out Friday, but life happened, you know. So we definitely tried to get it out to you guys as quickly as we could, man. But yeah, thank you, man.
Yep. Hey.
All right, man. All right, thank you guys. Love you guys.